think it was a beautiful journey of love and resilience and self-respect and determination from a woman. I think it was also like a play on desires, like, and what we're willing to sacrifice for those desires, or how we're willing to hurt others even to satisfy our desires.
How do each of you feel about your characters and their story?
That was a good question. That was my next question.
Oh,
That's not for you.
same.
Yeah, you got a character, child. I'm still mad. No matter how many times I read this play, I'm still mad at him. And I'm still like, no, he didn't say that to her. Call her ugly. How you gonna call your wife ugly? Her your raggedy hands. Sorry.
As soon as he asked for $2 for a house, like,
I'm like, you never get a man money. So mad at her.
There were a lot of times the story kind of hit home, and then George kind of low-key reminded me of my grandfather a lot. So, very interesting character, real simple family, but he like he has a lot of like complex a lot, but it's like a character kind of rooted in whatever the hell he wants to do. It's like you kind of feel bad for him, but at the same time, it's like, oh, like, you know, like no consideration for others. That's what.
I don't know your characters.
I played Mrs. Van Buren. I think it's just really interesting how the show, I feel like all of the characters are so complex and how there's like different intricate layers and how they interact with each other. The play on intimacy, like you could be more intimate with someone that you've never touched versus like you could be married to someone and not really know them and not that intimacy. So I think it's just really interesting to see the different relationships between the characters and kind of like seeing where she sits within all of those dynamic dynamics.
Yeah, it's like, I think that the character of Esther it was a bit challenging for me to play because I'm like kind of upset with her for putting up with all this stuff. I'm like, why is she putting up with this? But this is interesting. However, it is interesting to see how people treat her and like they want to support her. It seems like she's hard at receiving help or like true surrender to what people give her. That was an interesting character. I like the accent. I'm Southern. I'm from Georgia, so I like leaned into like what I think a Southern woman, the type of inflections in her voice and ways that she may deliver a character like this. So it's nice.
I really enjoyed playing Mame. She is written as an African American woman. I'm clearly not that. But when it says she's from Memphis, I went into a bit of a rabbit hole watching videos of Asians who are I'm Asian, who are in the South and like Asian history in the South during this time, and it was really interesting reading about that because that felt like my way into Mame and how that could be like in this moment today in my body playing Mame. And so there were a lot of similar struggles for Asians in the South, since a lot of, especially Chinese Asians, were brought in to build the railroad in that part. So they get a lot of wages, had a lot of problems finding jobs, and there was redlining that applied to Asians as well, which they couldn't, own any property. And so it was really interesting learning about that history, and I think she is definitely a person that comes from a place of wanting to be loved and wanting to love, and that's something I relate to deeply. And how does that play out in her story? It was very fun.
Yeah, similarly, I'm not Romanian or Jewish, obviously. And so, but I think whenever I read an immigrant character, it always reminds me of my dad and my mom, because they're immigrants. And yeah, so that's usually, I think, he doesn't have a ton of scenes, but I think that's definitely something he represents, is like sort of, talks about his family, and he talks about why he's in America and why he's come here, and that's definitely something that rung true. And in terms of his function in the story, like, I think it's just about like the essence of love being like commonality, like, you know, they don't really have much in common, but they both love like clothing and like fabrics, and I think he thinks that they come from the same background, and like, you know, like this kind of sensitivity around touch and things, like they're very similar people, and I think that's what draws them together. So it's fun being able to represent that part of the story.
Fun fact, not everyone here knows each other either, which is crazy. It's very interesting to see like people who have no context to each other. We've only been on Zoom like once or twice. I made like, with guys, we've been working hard. Like I really do. Like they have been such an amazing force to make this dream that I have, this little thought in my brain come to reality. And so I really appreciate all the intentionality that came in with all of you and being here and offering your time and being in this space. It really does touch my little heart all the way in Massachusetts. Yes, I really, really appreciate it. One last question, I think, if you could give your character, and if you have any questions, it's fine, my last question. If you give your character any like kind words or like last regards, what would you like to say goodbye to this character? What would you say? No particular order. You can answer.
Find yourself, bro. But
Did you do it?
Very.
Give him a little something, a little more physical, but
I think I'd have my character listen to Good Luck Babe by Chapel Red. Really, like, figure his stuff out.
like you let that spit on you, it's over.
Yeah.
That'd be so bad.
I would tell my character that she's beautiful and girl back through all that other stuff, everything that's negative, maybe that she's thinking about herself or giving herself like, I don't know, in Marguerite, I would tell her.
That's great.
Yeah, that would be helpful in her confidence.
Probably tell her, like, can you find a different job, like any other job? Like, can you be like Esther's assistant or something?
Like playing a little jazz club or something.
Yeah, just something else, because it's not working for your mental health, then it's not good for you. And also like that you're worth it. You're worth it so much, and don't let anybody else tell you otherwise.
Yeah, I think it's so cute when people like love what they do. I would just say, keep doing what you love. You don't take it apart.
I love that. Thank you all so much. Give it up for yourselves. Catch us all at the Tonys and Oscars respectively in the near future. We love an actor.
40 years.
40 years! You guys have much
Give
time.
myself some runway.
Okay, give me yourself a look. Yeah, I see that. Okay. Can I be annoyed and get a picture of all of you? Sweet. Who would like to take it?
Take it.
Thank you, baby. Thank you all
Okay,
so
also get a picture of you guys around.
I feel like the other thing is like, this play
Well,
works
it's all right now. We're
like
like,
the world. Like everyone has
Photoshop Claudia in.
okay, now I'm talking to you guys all around.
This house art?
Yes.
Yes, of
Which way?
course. Yes.
Around the board.
So, also,